Learn how to stop playing games with yourself. Meaning that what you're experiencing right now in your life, it doesn't even belong to you. Everything you think you might care about, everything you think you might be going through, or what you're passionate about, or what's truly yours, it never even came from you. You was led into those directions from what you actually gone through. But when have you ever discovered something that was actually you, that was actually yours, that didn't have nothing to do with nobody else, and didn't have nothing to do with you going through a certain type of hurt, and that led you into the path that you on now? So what are you afraid of? Why are you so afraid of believing in yourself? Why are you so afraid to not be accepted by people? Why do you crave people's attention so much? Why do you feel like your desire should be to actually fit into their box, to be like everybody else, to not feel teased or to not feel shamed because you chose to be different? Why is it so easy just for you to accept your own neglect and embrace other people's acceptance, even though you don't accept yourself? Like, why is that so easy for you to do? Like, why aren't you really being in an actual world you actually want to live in? Why are you just settling? And you're probably thinking to yourself, you don't know. Well, then if you don't understand or don't know, why do you keep chasing away the unknown? Why do you keep chasing away something that can help you get to the next level? Something that can actually help you manifest and help you, you know what? Even forget the manifest. Forget the manifestation. Because everything is already manifested. Manifestation is just a process of something being manifested. So if you keep trying to create a manifestation, that means you only going through the process and you never actually have the manifested. You'll just have the process of what you really want instead of the actual real thing. And then when you really think about it, it actually probably goes into the relationships that you're in, because those play a huge part in your personality and your character and your soul and your mind. And then it goes into your friendships and all your relationships, even your relationship with money, even your relationship about learning, your relationship about just being wise and having certain knowledge and knowing certain things. It goes into all that. So you only got processes of the things, but you never have the real thing. It's like the difference of just being wise and having wisdom. Having wisdom means that you're at the ultimate. That means you're at the final. So you can never be wise once you have wisdom. You can't be wise again. So being wise is like being a fool and being foolish. Like once you're a fool, it's like you're the ultimate. But being foolish means that you can still have vulnerability, but also you could be wise in being foolish. So that means even though you feel like you could be at a knowing or completion with yourself, you're still actually open to experiencing more. So when you become just a fool, or you just have wisdom, it's like, what else is after a fool? What else is after wisdom? Nobody never speaks about what comes after being a fool. Wait, wisdom. So you're still technically a fool, but just an advanced fool. So now you got wisdom, right? You're just an advanced fool, but you're no longer wise. You're no longer willing to be open. You're no longer willing to learn. You're no longer willing to explore and take chances and take risks on yourself and be vulnerable and actually experience what it actually feels like to go through what you're trying to avoid in yourself. Why do you hate yourself so much? Like, you don't have a good reason to really hate yourself. You hate yourself because other people hated yourself, and that just made you hate yourself. You gave yourself permission to hate yourself. Like, you actually had to go to yourself to get permission from yourself about the same self that you're going to hate in your later self. So now that self is coming back to you and you don't like that self. So you're trying to use the current self to destroy what you would call the past self. But that's why you don't have no future self. That's why you keep waking up living the same entire existence every day, having ups and downs. Why would you even want to live a life where you live in ups and downs? That don't seem strange. That don't seem like that's something that need to be medicated. Like you wake up in a bad mood, next minute you in a good mood, next minute things go right, next minute things don't go right, and you call that life? The only thing I've really ever noticed about life is that seasons happen, right? You got the winter, you got fall, you got spring, and you got summer, and different things change with the leaves and nature and the animals and that kind of stuff. And but nothing ever really changes. It just the appearance of it changes, but it always stays strong. So it doesn't matter what happened in the season. You can still go out in the winter. You can still go out in the coldest days. Still animals that live out in the coldest days. Animals that look forward to the coldest day. Trees are still out on the hottest and the coldest days. All right. And it doesn't matter what happened. It's like nature's still there. If you go outside, outside's still there. So if outside could take that and you're a reflection of outside, why aren't you exercising your strength? Why aren't you able to take the changing seasons that's happening in your own personal life, your own personal nature? Why aren't you able to be bare and be naked and be brave like a tree? A tree is naked. What are you so afraid of? So then let's dive deeper into what are you afraid of? You're afraid of what other people fear. You're afraid of yourself because other people feared you. So you became afraid of being afraid of yourself. So now you're afraid of being afraid of yourself. So you're afraid of being afraid of yourself. And what are you afraid of? What is it about you that you're actually afraid of if you're the one that you're afraid of? Oh, I get it. So you're afraid of the part of yourself that you either don't know or don't want to know, or knew or known and don't want to acknowledge it anymore. You're afraid that it's going to destroy the persona and the aura of the new self that you want the world to see, the new and improve you, the new you. You're afraid that that self is going to come up and mess that up. That self is going to be so disrespectful and so outrageous and so out of control that it's going to mess up everything that it own self created, because it's only self and it's not selves. So it's everything that you're doing is still revolving off of one source. You just experience it in a different way. So when you neglect that part of yourself, you're really neglecting the part of yourself that you think you accept. You get that? So the part of you that you accept is actually being neglected by the part of you that you don't want to accept. So you never really actually become the manifested. You're just going to continue to live in the manifestation. You're just going to continue to live in the process of becoming better, but you'll never be better. Never. But I'm gonna leave you with this. The only way you can become better and stop being a manifestation and just be the manifested is when you show the world how much you really hate yourself.